1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. Yes. Big up each and everyone locked on right now to the Big Bad Let's Talk radio and podcast show with your host, myself, Deshane, inside the building. So I'm going to take this time out to big up the first person that actually sent a message to say they're locked on, and her name is Deidre. Yep. So big up Deidre, big up yourself. Thank you for joining us tonight on tonight's show, which is basically about fake friends, users, the full shebang, dating, you name it. We're going to be talking about it. And social media, very important as well. That's what tonight's show is going to be about, a continuation from Wednesday. And you can catch us here each and every Wednesday and Sunday from the hours of 8 p.m. Eastern. That will be 9 p.m. Atlantic. Yes, sorry, I just got a bit, my brain just froze for a second. It happens every so often. So once again, big up Deidre, locked on. Trust me, if you're signed in right now, please show me a sign, show me a signal. Let me know that you're there so we can get this rolling. Let me know that you're in. Let me know that you're here. All right. So each and every Wednesday, guys, each and every Sunday is going to be a new topic every week. And trust me, we got some awesome giveaways also. When I mean awesome giveaways, look, we just need you to subscribe. That's all you need to do. Subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share it. When we get to 1,000, we'll be picking 2 names. For now, it's going to be 2. 2 names out of a happy. You got the chance to winning a trip to Hawaii, Aruba, and some other places. It's going to be big, guys. So don't miss out. We've got 6 viewers in so far. Big up. Let me know where you're from. What area you're from right now. We've got Deidre inside. Let me know where you're from. If you're representing another country or island, show me your flag right now. You're locked into the Let's Talk radio podcast show, where we talk about every and anything. And this week we'll be talking about fake friends, users, dating, and social media, the influence and the impact that social media has on us. Because believe it or not, social media has a big impact on us in our daily lives. Some of us take it way too seriously, way. And a lot of it's fake. A lot of it is fake because you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, as I mentioned before. We need to take a bit more pride and worry about what's in front of us, who cares about us, the people, surrounding us. That's what we need to be looking into a bit more. Big up all my Dominican crew. Hold tight, Shanice, locked on. All faithful, been here for a minute, been here from when we first started. Big up yourself. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us once again. Hold tight, Deidre. Yo, representing Montserrat. Yes, man, Montserrat. That's a small island in the Caribbean. That's where my grandma's from. Enough love to Montserrat. Enough love. No, getting tongue-tied. Enough love. So, yes, we're going to get the ball rolling. Let's talk, guys. Let's talk. So, if you were here last week last week, because actually Sunday is the beginning of the week. So it will be considered last week. If you was here on Wednesday in the Big Bad Let's Talk podcast radio show, we spoke about similar friends, fake friends, users. And I think we concluded that there's no such thing as a fake friend. It's where we put them. We get hurt because we put them, we hold them at a higher level than we're supposed to. So when they let us down, we're hurt and they say they're fake. Or when we hear them talking certain things, we've got them on that level that's way up there when we're supposed to put them in their own little bracket so we don't hurt ourselves. So it's not really about having a fake friend. It's about establishing and knowing what friend they are, what bracket to put them in. Whether they go here, or here. You got your good friends, your best friends you don't hear from them every day, all day. But when you do hear from them, when you do speak, it's deep and you can feel the energy, you feel the love. Then you got the friends that will call you every so often for a little bit of jokes and, just random chat, gossip and whatever. Those are friends. But the best friends are the ones you can count on no matter what. And then you got your friends, the ones that, when they call you, it's just for a favor. It's kind of genuine sometimes. Sometimes they're chicken, sometimes it's here and there. And then you got your associates. Hi, bye, what's up? Yeah, good. Yeah, man. Blah, blah, blah. So we've established that it's up to us to put them in that category so that we do not get hurt. Because a lot of the times, we got our friends, we know how much we'll give, and we expect the same back. Correct? Right? Yeah. Yeah. We know what we're capable of. We know how much that we're going to give to that person and how much what we have to offer, etc. So when that friend doesn't return that same energy, we feel it. We feel it. And then we turn and call them a fake friend. But really and truly, we can't get hurt if we put them where they belong. Because then you know what to expect, if that makes sense. Big up Curly Beauty. Thank you for joining us. Where you representing, Curly? Where you representing? Oh, and the phone lines will be open today. If you want to call in, 340-422-0807. If you want to get through, the phone lines will be open today. So you can call in if you have a question. Yep. So as mentioned, there's no such thing as fake friends. There's no such thing as fake friends. However, a user isn't a friend. So you can't put the two together. You cannot put the two together, and you have to remember you have a choice at the end of the day. Most of us are grown here. We're adults. We've experienced life, or we've had friends that's experienced life. So we know. Old time, my Florida crew, big up. I see you. So we basically know life. We've experienced it. And a good thing to do in our older age, now that we've experienced life and we've been through so much, we should have the eye to pick up and discern certain things and situations before they happen. We need to learn from other people's mistakes rather than keep learning from our own mistakes. We need to stop learning from our own mistakes, because we need to stop making these mistakes. Because when you keep doing it, it just don't make sense. That means you're not learning. So start learning from other people's mistakes. I think that makes more sense. Do you know what I mean? There's much more people than you. You know what I mean? You're just one person. The amount of people around you that make mistakes, you learn from it so it doesn't happen to you. And just as well, there's a contrast to that. When people's doing good and when you see things happening, you learn from that as well. Hello, Jasmine. Big up. Thank you for joining us. Where you listening from? Where you hollering from? Big up Jasmine locked in. Appreciate you guys for coming in. So big up Deidre, Shanice, big up Curly, Jasmine, I see you. Anybody else online, please show me a signal. Let me know that you're here so I can big you up. Yeah? So those are the two things right now we've put together. Hold tight, Jess. Big up. Yes, man. Hold tight, Jesse. So these are the two things that we need to identify. We need to single them out. Fake friends, if you got them as a friend, you can't call them fake friends because you're the clown at the end of the day. You are the clown for saying you have a fake friend. Does that make sense? Who wants to go around saying, I have fake friends? That don't make sense. You got to put them in their category. You shouldn't have anyone as a fake friend. It's either your friend or not. Don't put nothing in front of it other than best friend, good friend, beautiful friend, excellent friend. Hold tight, Kenya. Big up. I was going to say big up all my Kenya crew, but her name is Kenya. Hold tight, Kenya. Big up. I see you. And she's in. We got Florida in the building, man. We got Florida representing today. Yeah, man. I like that. So join us each and every Wednesday right here. Add us on TikTok. It's just the same as you see it. Let's Talk Podcast and Radio. We've got Instagram. Let's Talk Podcast and Radio. We've got the Facebook page. You name it, we have it. And if you just joined us, fake friends, users, dating, social media, they all tie into each other. You know, when it comes to dating, social media is the big place to meet people right now, you know. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, you know. It's less tense. I've been there, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? And then it's not just about dating, you know. Look at relationships. That's bigger than dating because that covers everything. When you say relationship, that covers dating, that covers friendship, that covers family, that covers everything. So I don't think social media, the platform is just for dating. When you see the date, you can meet and network with people there as well. Yes, man. Another Floridian in the building, man. Hey, Florida, what's going on? Where's the VI crew? I ain't seen my VI crew. Where's my Virgin Islands crew, man? Big up Florida for representing this time around. We appreciate you guys. So yes, as I was saying, you shouldn't have no fake friends. Bahamian. Oh, big up my Bahamas crew. Bahamian massive. Yeah, man, I like that. Listen, we getting international now. I'm really liking this. It's all one. We're all one. At the end of the day, when we come here, We're all one. We come to learn, we come to talk, we come to discuss. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am here. Ask me any questions. We've got the audience here listening. They will answer questions as well. We're here to learn. There's no wrong, there's no right. Your opinion is valid. Big up Sherry online. Old tight Shelly and Sherry. Big up you. Big up Sophia. Big up everyone locked in, locked on. Appreciate you. So again, I was saying, you got to be smart, guys. Stop calling people fake and then calling them friends, because you become the fake friend too if you're calling your friend fake. That's the way I see it. It's just like a big circle. You know what I mean? You can't call a friend a user. That's not a friend. That's a user. Separate it. Separate it. Oh, type D, man. Big up. Hey, someone representing St. Thomas. Oh, in St. Thomas, but representing Dominica. I love it. I love it. Big up my Dominican crew. Beautiful island. I was there a couple weeks back. I fell in love over there. Fell in love with the island. But yeah, so I was saying, yeah, and users, you shouldn't allow people to use you. If people ask you for something, or, you know, it's good to be kind, it's good to be nice. And I always advise to lend a helping hand. Everyone needs a helping hand. I'll need a helping hand at some point. You would. We all need it. But there are some people that take advantage, and they are users. It just takes for you to identify that and don't let it happen twice. And then you have to, if you feel a friend is one of those, is a user, you got to put them in their right place. Like I said last week, best friend, friendish, and then you got your associates. Hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Put them where, so you don't be disappointed when you know the question's gonna come before they mention it. You know, oh, I'm calling you, how you doing? Blah blah. Everything's good. Yo, but I need a favor, and it's repetitive. You know they really don't care. You know they really don't care. Just take the label friend away from that. Don't call them a fake friend. Don't call them a friend that uses you. Take it away altogether. So you've got them in their own little section. Does it make sense though? Does it make sense? Let me know. Show me if I'm making sense. And if you got any comments or anything you want to say about that, let me know as well. Let me know. And dating as well, guys, man. We all getting old, man. I don't know how many of you guys are single in relationships, but for my mature crew, you know, ladies usually tend to mature quicker than guys. But let's just say for the mature people, I would say most mature people nowadays, it's deeper than a physical thing. It's deeper than appearance. It's deeper than how you look, how your body is, you're packing or not. It's deeper than that. Like, I think mental stimulation is a turn on right now. Real talk. 2023, you want to have a conversation with someone that's going to get your mind going. You want to talk to someone that's going to make you laugh. Listen, someone that can make you really laugh is like, that's like platinum. That's like gold right now. In 2023, with the stuff that's happening in the world, if you can simply have someone that can put a smile on your face and make you laugh, keep them. Keep them close. Stop worrying about what other people have to say about that individual, because the relationship that you and that one person may have, it can be 10 times different to what they had with that other person that might be talking or saying this. And everyone has a past. I don't care who you are, where you're from. We've all done nonsense. We've all been there. We've all done stuff we regret. We've all had a past. But guess what? The best thing about life, once you're alive, you can change that. You can't change the past, but you can definitely make a difference to the future. Definitely, 100%. So we need to stop judging people. We really do. Everyone's got good in them. I don't care the worst thing you've done. We've all got good in them. But if you keep showing them bad people, the negative vibes, negative energy, guess what? They're going to behave negative. They're going to act negatively because that's what you're showing them. Everyone needs love. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you've done. We all need love. We all need it. Real talk. Hold tight, Kenya. Yep, it's facts. And Curly, it's true. We all need it, man. We need to stop being so judgmental. And, you know, 2023, when you look at stuff that's happening around the world and we're crying about simple things that, oh, I'm not able to go out this week because I got to look after the kid. I ain't got no one to look after the kids. I ain't got my hair done and this, that, and other. Look at people across the other side of the world. losing kids, losing families. We got to be more grateful out here. We have to be more thankful in life. We need to be happy with the friends that we have. We have to be happy with our family that we have, our kids that we have. That's all blessings right there. Some people ain't got none of the stuff that I mentioned just now. None, zero. And until you get that positive mind, have that positive mindset, and you with intention to believe, you know what, I'm blessed, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle. For me, happiness is key. Real talk, happiness is key. And I stressed this on the last one before. Happiness starts with you. It really does. It starts with you. Happiness starts with you. It doesn't start with Shelly. It doesn't start with Jasmine. It don't start with Kenya, Curly. It starts with you. How can you make someone else happy if you're not happy and content within yourself? You may feel that you're doing that, but guess what? When you've left that person, as I said before, yes, I sound like a broken record, but as I said it before, when you've left your friends from being out and laughing and joking, you have to come home to yourself. It's you. All your friends and that, they're gone to wherever, their boyfriends, their girlfriends, they're gone to their parents, their home, their kids. It's you. And until you can be happy within yourself, choose wisely, make wise decisions. Don't get into a relationship if you're not happy within yourself. Don't depend on someone else to make you happy. Hopefully get someone to make you happier. That makes sense. Don't depend on someone to make you happy. Get someone to make you happier. It's all about elevation. And when you're happy, make someone else happy. When someone else has made you happy, you make someone else happy. You have to do it, man. It makes sense. Hold tight, Ashford just locked in. Big up, Jan. Thank you for joining us again. Appreciate you guys. And Jan says, you are who you are when no one is looking. That is deep. Thank you very much. I like that. I like that. You are who you are when no one else is looking. You have to be true to yourself. Stop watching social media. Social media is a lie. You're seeing all these things with people in these beautiful homes, these houses with the snow coming down and they're curled up and they're making money off you. When the more viewers they get, the more money they get. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them destroy your relationships. Don't be watching these stuff online and tap your partner when you're already happy to say, oh, why can't we do that? Look at this, look at that. I've had people, listen, I've seen friends married and in my previous relationship, my exes tapped me and said, oh, look at what such and such is doing for their wife or what they're doing for their husband. Mind you, this is my friend, you know. I know what's going on behind closed doors. I know how stressed out my brethren is. But you're watching my brethren because you're just seeing on the outside. And then you're asking your partner to say, yo, look at them, look at this. Don't worry about them or that. Worry about you and yours. Social media is the biggest lie right now. Seriously. It can be used for good or for bad, but it is the biggest lie. Social media. So I need you guys to share this up, man. Right now, I need to share this up. Please tap into your friends. Say, yo, the Shane's online. He's doing a show. It's deep. It's aiming at all of us. And just share this. We need the viewers. Look, only until we get a certain amount of viewers, I can give her that beautiful prize. And if you didn't hear it earlier, we got a trip to Hawaii, Aruba, St. Martin, Dominican Republic. It's one of those for 2. It can only happen till we get the subscribers up and it gets shared. But it's there. It's there. And if we don't get there, I will be taking those trips. Trust me, I will be taking those trips. Yeah, so I was saying earlier, let me pedal back on what I was saying when it comes to people on the whole. Whoever makes you happy and brings that great energy to you, keep them close. Stop worrying about what they're wearing, how they look, and whatever. Listen, having someone beautiful is a bonus right now, but it's not a must. Once they can make you happy, like make you smile and keep that smile in your face, trust me, that is the biggest bonus in 2023, because there's a lot of miserable people. There's a lot of nonsense going on in this world. And you don't need much, you know. You don't need much. You don't need big 10, 20 friends. You just need a handful of people that just give you that positive energy. If someone takes the time out to encourage you and push you in the right direction, boost you up, keep them close. Be careful for people that gossip. Be careful for that. That can bring you all the way down, and then you end up engaging in the gossiping. And guess what? You're not moving forward in life. You're not. Let's read some comments here. Ashra said, big facts. Yeah, man. At Jan. She's replying to Jan. Shello said that also. Facts. Worst thing to do. Worry about your own garden. Feed it. Nurture it. And give it love. Amen. Taking it to church now. Yeah, trust me. So, again, each and every Wednesday, each and every Sunday, we're here. 8 p.m. Eastern time, 9 p.m. Atlantic time. Social media is crazy right now. If you're not careful, you get caught in this whole social media. Like, have you noticed? I remember when I was younger, and I think might have been when the internet just came out, and someone was schooling us and said, don't get caught up in the net. You know what a net is, right? It's a trap. And then it's funny, they said the World Wide Web. What's a web? Isn't a web a trap as well? They know what they're doing, you know. Don't take it lightly. Don't take it for no joke. The man know what they're doing when they're naming these things. Yeah, we're going to get them into the net. Internet. The trap. Let's connect them to the worldwide trap, the web. I know a web to be a trap, real talk. So they're telling us certain things and we're taking it lightly, but really and truly, they're being serious about what they're telling us, and our eyes have to be open to be able to identify these things, man. Seriously. But yeah, friends is good. They can make and break you. There's a lot of envious people as well as there's a lot of real people. So you just got to pick and be able to distinguish who is who and who's good for you. Do you have any questions in here? Any experiences you've had with friends? What's the worst thing that a friend's ever done to you? I know the most common thing is like talk bad behind my back and stuff like that. Be careful what you say as well, because you might just be saying something and they take it to their friends who ain't your friend. Be careful. A lot of people's very jealous. You know what I mean? And it's not all negative, because there's some awesome people. There's some awesome people out there. There's some beautiful people out there. But at the same time, we should be at that age where or that maturity, because age really ain't got a thing to do with it, because there's some, I don't want to say dumb, but there's some clown grown people and some smart young people. For sure. For real. Yeah, man. People envy relationships and all sorts. I want to go back on the question. This is basically about dating now. So I assume most people date with intention to get into a serious relationship, possibly marriage, or I would think so, because that would be the last thing to do, marriage. I asked it before, but since we've got some new viewers, is it wrong to date more than one person at a time? Is it wrong to date more than one person at a time? And at what point is it considered dating? Also, how long should you be dating someone before you take it to another level? Because, I mean, after 6 months, you should have an idea. Even before that, you should have an idea. We established that 2 months is an okay trial period. Some people said, nah, that's too short. And I'm not saying that you get to know them within 2 months. Some people living with people for a whole year and they don't know them. It's crazy like that. I'm going to read out what Ashra said. Ashra said, I was in a bad relationship, and one of my best friends who I thought was my friend invited me to come and relocate to her state along with my 3 kids to get away. I took my last funds and bought 4. Jan says there is pros and cons. Give me some of them pros and cons, Jan. Let me know some of them pros and cons. Kenya said people should date. Okay, I agree we should date, but how many people, when does it become like you're doing a bit too much? Like, can you date multiple people? I think at the very beginning it's okay. Honestly, I'm being real. At the very beginning, it's okay to date multiple people. And dating consists, I would say, obviously communicating with each other, going out in an open setting, maybe the movies, out to dinner, lunch, and getting to know them. Like, because here, what you can't really say, let's be real. I might meet you today, or you might meet me today. We speak, we have a good conversation today, tomorrow, and the next day. I might be out somewhere. I run into someone, and we have a good conversation. We exchange numbers. That don't make me wrong. Like, you have to remember, no one owns no one out here. Once we respect each other, and I mean, and you're straight up with the person, like, you don't lead them, you tell them straight up, look, this is what it is. And if they can handle that and respect that, then it's all good. But if they can't, then you just think twice about, well, if this person can't even handle that, we're not even together. I've just kept it 100 with them, told them what it is, and they're acting up. The flag, you know. Go watch those red flags. Trust me. Even watch the yellow flags as amber. Cautious. Beauty comes within. I agree. And that's from Sherry Parsons. She says, beauty comes with it from within. And by you finding out that beauty within, you have to take time to get to know them. And we're human. Like, no one can throw a stone at no one and say, we haven't rushed into something before we thought it through. We've all been there, the good, the bad, the ugly. We've all been there. We've rushed into things and had to face the consequences later. Ashwa, long story short, I paid up her rent and car to get a roof over her head, her kid's head, and mine. Long story short, again, Ashwa. She threw me and my kids out in the winter. That's crazy. Don't even put, you know what? That's crazy. And I'm sorry you went through that, but it's a learning lesson. And you know what's so sad? Sometimes you see Ashwa, a good person right there, that done something so good for her friend. Her friend messed it up for so much other good people. Do you guys realize? Has that happened to you? Where you've been hurt or someone's done something bad and you genuinely is a good person and you always out there helping people and you just say, you know what, I've had enough of doing this. Because when stuff like that happens, I get the end of the stick. I'm not doing it no more. And here comes a genuine good person, but guess what? You got your guard up and you got your block up. You ignore them. You're not going to help them because you've been hurt before. And as I said before, unless I see early red flags, I try to go into something 100%. And I'm not saying go in by wearing your heart on your sleeve. Be wise with it. You have to apply wisdom to everything you do. You have to think twice, but don't give 50%. If you're dating someone and they really genuinely like you and you like them, I don't believe in the 50% because of what happened in your past. I can't remember the song. I think who sings that song? I can't remember. It says, I'm not to blame for the pain caused by previous. Donnell Jones. You can't blame someone for the pain that was caused by a previous relationship. I think everyone should start 100% and you lose points instead of starting at 50 points and you have to work hard for it. No, it's not fair. It's easier to start off at 100%. It's easier. Jan says, dating without sleeping with multiple people, small meetups. Yeah, definitely. If you can handle it, again, you're all grown people, you're all adults, you all make your own decisions. And I can't say it's wrong or right to jump into bed with someone. People say morally, people say once you're married, that's the only time it should happen. But let's be real, it don't happen like that for the most part. I can't tell you, but once you're on the same page and you guys understand each other and, you know, you spoke things through, do what you want. But once that happens, there's usually feelings on both ends, or at least one. And that's where the imbalance happens. And that's where complications can happen. Do you know what I mean? But once you're on the same page, whether you want to do the thing or not, that's up to you guys. But I think there should be a conversation and some understanding. There should be. And if the energy's right, that's on you. I can't tell you wrong or right. I can't tell you what's wrong or right. I really can't. Sherry says, wolves in sheep clothing. Yes, Talking Bible now, Sherry. Yeah, man. What's that, John? No, I'm joking. Shani says, oh, wow. Ashra, yeah, it's rough, man. I feel your pain, man. And it happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. And let's read Jan's comment. There are some people that's not honest from the beginning of dating. Some people will tell you what they want you to hear. If you are not discerning and are blinded in the moment, you could be misled. Absolutely true. You can. And again, it comes from experience to be. And you know what? Some people scared of being judged because of how they've been treated in the past, so they tend to not tell you the whole truth or tell a lie. And that's because humans have been very horrible and nasty and judge people. Oh, but if I tell them this happened to me, I was in jail, or I used to smoke, or I've got 20 kids or 5, that doesn't mean they're a bad person. That really don't. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. And that ties back into me telling you, don't judge people, get to know them. I've known people that a friend of mine couldn't stand them with a passion. And then I've got to know them for myself and say, yo, they're actually a cool person. Why don't you like them? Because such and such said this, that, and other. Nah, you can't do that. Can't do that. John says, I have been in a situation where a close family member had set up their female friends with my ex-husband. I think I know who this is because of envy, jealousy. People can just do mean things without your knowledge. Okay. Yep, very true. Ashwa, I do not believe in dating multiple people. I witnessed firsthand being raised in a Muslim home. I saw the hurt in a woman's face that my dad juggled as his wives. Ashwa, I think that's a whole different thing though. You're saying wives with an S on the end, and dating meaning, let me give you a scenario or example of what I personally mean. I go out and I'm in the mall. I run into Janelle. Hey, Janelle, we talking about clothes and whatever. We laugh, we joke. What's your name, Janelle? Man, you cool. Exchange numbers. Boom, boom, boom. We text a few times. 2 days later, I'm out to dinner with a bunch, or in a group setting, and I'm with friends that's with friends, and there's a connection between me and another person. We talk, we exchange numbers, we start texting and talking. Is that wrong? Is that wrong? Do you think that's wrong? Curly Beauty, you have to be open, but pay attention to the signs. Sometimes we want to be loved so bad, or just be in a relationship that we ignore the signs and tell us to run. You're so right, but guess what? That goes back to being comfortable within yourself, being happy within yourself before you engage in any kind of relationship. If you're happy within yourself, then boom. By all means, you're strong enough to stand on your own feet and go for whatever it is. But until you're at that stage where you're happy within yourself, you can be your own company, then yeah, you'll fall into that trap because you're looking for the happiness before you're happy within yourself. So yes, I agree with you, but we just got to be strong. And if we can stay a week, 2 at home without no friends visiting us, and I mean, it's nice to have companion. Seriously, it's really nice to have someone to wake up to that makes you laugh and smile. But at the same time, it'll be even better if you're happy within yourself before you even take on that role on indulging in a relationship or dating and you're not happy with yourself, because then you become dependent on them to make you happy. When they're not away, you're miserable and you're sad. So it really don't make sense. But thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. Very valid. Ashra, mainly we as kids suffered the worst due to the multiple relationships, where we had a favorite wife or a child, or some got most of his time with him and some of us were neglected. True. Do you know what? Me as a child, I didn't, s- I didn't, my mom's boyfriend, I didn't even know that was her boyfriend. That's how I rate my mom for that. I rate her for that. It's only when I become a big man that was her boyfriend, I realized she weren't playing that game. Her kids came first. Yeah, and I'm talking about not dating her boyfriend. Didn't know it was her boyfriend. Thought it was a friend. And that's the old school parenting where you protect yours before you let anyone into your, you know what I mean? You protect, and that's you're respecting your family, respecting your child. I rate my mom for that. I never knew till later, oh, that was her boyfriend the whole time. Really? Really, mom? How did you do that? Yeah, for real. I love own company. Yeah, man, I love my own company now, you know. Seriously, Curly, I love my own. Listen, there was a time where I'll be frustrated to be by myself. Like, I'll be frustrated and sad. Right now, my peace is everything. Listen, I don't mind. I love company. Don't get twisted. I still like company. No, I like company, but I can do without. I mean, there's times when I want to go out, not necessarily meaning I want company, but I would like to go out and socialize. But if I don't, then, you know what I mean? Especially if you ain't making me happy or making me smile, then you're cool. You stay over there, I'll stay over here. Real talk. Yeah, but that's good when you're in love with your own company, for real, man. And we got some new viewers now I've just seen. Hold tight, Colleen. Colleen, thank you for joining us. No, because you don't have an obligation to either those people. Okay, so I'm guessing she's tying back into when I said, is it okay to date more than one person? What are you saying? You're saying no, because you don't have an obligation to either of those people. Do you mean yes, it's okay to date more than one person because you don't have an obligation? I think that's what you meant. Ashwa, yeah, but they dated before they married. So he married his native woman from his country, who is Somalian. But my other siblings' mom, who are from the Caribbean, he played them like a fiddle. Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over. Sorry. Yeah, man, but I think today when we're clued up, because we got social media, and again, social media can be used for the good or the bad. So we're more clued up as far as relationships, signs. We got so much resources now. We got phones. If you're thinking about cheating, you got trackers. They got all kind of stuff now. But at the end of the day, just be real. If there's listen, you don't have to tolerate someone's behavior. You know, don't feel obligated to put up with nonsense. Yeah, do not feel obligated to put up with. Sometimes you have to hurt feelings to protect your own. Real talk, and that is real right there. I'm gonna give myself a round of applause. Yeah. You have to sometimes hurt feelings to protect your own. It's deep, but it's true. You have to. You have to. And I don't mean hurt them with intention, but to protect yourself, because only you know how much you can bear, how much you can handle. And at the end of the day, if you think it's getting too much and it's time to walk, you walk. Because it goes back. Everything I say to you tonight ties back into you. You have to live with yourself. You have to go home by yourself at some point. You have to drive yourself. They're not with you when they're putting you through that nonsense. And if they are with you, you're going to have to leave and be by yourself again. So keep it 100. Do not set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because more than likely, you're going to end up by yourself anyway. So if you see them signs from early, have a conversation. If it don't change, have a conversation. If it don't change, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Jan says, I personally feel in phase of my life rather be alone. I think she's trying to say, I personally feel at this point in her life, she'd rather be alone and she's happy within herself. Yes, you have to be happy within yourself before you can be happy with anyone else. I think I've missed a bunch of comments, which is excellent. That means you guys are participating, and that's what I like. Kenya says, you guys didn't establish an exclusive relationship You guys just exchange numbers. You don't know if the person will fit in the future until further communications. Amen. Listen, you hit the nail on the head there, Kenya. I agree with you 100%. If you just exchange numbers and you're speaking to someone, and personally, I don't like to ask questions so early because I don't think, especially if it's something I might not want to hear the answer to, don't ask too much deep. Ask what's need to be known. Like, are you in a relationship with someone? Are you married to someone? But don't be like, oh, did you meet anyone today? Are you talking? Don't look for trouble. Don't look for it. If you like them and you're feeling them, you see a connection, talk about each other. Talk about each other. Eventually, what's done in the dark will come to light. So yeah, talk about each other. And Curly says your peace is everything. Jan says, ha, don't make laugh on that one. I don't know. Kenya says she means, no, it's not a problem. Dating mode. Yeah, I realized that afterward. Okay, I got you. Thank you for the correction, Colleen. Yeah, my question was it wrong? And you simply said no. So that's my bad there. Okay, thank you for correcting me there. Yeah, man. You know what? I just had a kiddie moment there with the hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, man. Leave me alone, Shanice. Ashra says to me, honestly, I'm against dating multiple people because in this day of age, temptation is real. You go in the mind of only dating and then you catch yourself having feelings. Next thing you know, boom. But then you see what I'm saying, Ash? That's a you thing. That's a you thing. That's a you thing. You have to program and condition your mind to say, and remember, when you say dating, we're not talking about all out, you're buying gifts, you're sleeping at each other's, you're speaking on the phone. You might go on 1 or 2 dates. It's not deep yet. It's not deep yet. But at the end of the day, you have the choice of where you want it to go next. You should be able to discern, have the spirit of discernment to know if that person is a bullshit artist and if they're going to keep it 100 with you or not. You have to, and you have to take risks in life. Life is full of risks. You can't really get away from taking a risk. You have to. We take risks every day when we jump in our car and head on the highway. That is a big risk. When we say, yo, me and my girls, we're going to Dubai. Me and my boys, we're going DR. We're going here, there, and everywhere. And you get on that plane. You've never seen the pilot. You've never seen the captain. You don't know the service history of the plane, but you're on it and you're smiling. You're taking more risks with your life than dating. Trust me. Trust me on that one. If you don't look out, Shelly says, if you don't look out for yourself, no one else will. That's a you thing again, I think, Ash. You may end up sleeping with multiple people, but that's you, Ash. That's what you have control over. And if you don't have self-control, you shouldn't be dating, period. Do you know, that's my honest opinion. I'm not judging anyone that's in that predicament where they get weak because they like more than one person and end up sleeping with more than one person. But that is actually a you thing that you need to work on. And again, you're an adult if that's what you feel to do and you know the risks, whereas catching feelings, that's on you. But I don't think everyone's in that predicament and situation, because I think we should be at a point in our lives where we choose what's best for us, and 2 people can't be best for us. It can't be. Then that's when things hit the fan, because now you have different spirits intertwining with your body. If you let it get to that stage, Ash, if you let it get to that stage. Sherry Parsons, she says, when I was dating my new, I thought you said new husband. When I was dating my now husband, our relationship was built on God's word. I know that is not for everyone, but anything start out wrong will end up wrong. Put God first. I can relate to that. Although I don't always do it, I try to. I was raised religious, and God is a big thing in my life. So anyone that can relate, and anyone that's on that same belief and the higher power, which is God Almighty, put God first, have a conversation with him first. Yes. But who feels that like marriage now is just a piece of paper? Honestly, it's like a sign. It's just a contract to me. Look, I'm not trying to turn no one off. I'm not trying to say it's wrong. But the fact that people are just going to the town hall or whatever, just one or two, just you and your husband or wife are going to meet the priest, to sign off and say you're married, and that's it. It's like they've taken the value out of marriage, man. I remember back in the day, the weddings were big. You had bridesmaids, you had groomsmen, you had 100 people there at the wedding, 200, 300. But now it's like, oh, let's go Vegas and get married. When you do that, it's so easier to break up. You didn't spend a dime, a couple $100, and that's it. Like, what are you getting married for? You gotta think about it. What are you really getting married for? I don't know what's worse, getting married and then being divorced to get married, or just not being married at all. I don't know. I really don't know. Jan says, learning experience. Please leave certain things in the past. People get judged so much on their past, or get hurt by telling a person way too much. Yeah, at the beginning stages, I learned that myself, even recently. You can't tell everyone, no matter how close they are, you can't tell them everything. I know it's hard. You sometimes want to open up, but you can't, because it might just get thrown back in your face, and that's when you see who is who. So I agree with Jan. You cannot tell everything to anyone, even the person you love the most, because God forbid it turns out bitter or something happens. You never know how they're gonna deal with it later on down the line. So yeah, I agree there. Colleen says, I think nowadays people blur the lines of what dating is and what is a relationship. Yeah. A lot of people think dating is being in a relationship, and it's not. Yeah, you're right. I like that one. I really do. I like that. Well, guess what, Colleen? I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to let you take the floor right now. Please tell us the difference. Tell us the difference between... I think I'm going to open up the phone lines. Do you want to call in? Would you just let me know? If you don't mind calling in, you can call in and let us know the difference between dating and being in a relationship. Because what you said is yeah, it's true. And even us as grown people, and that's where we get our feelings mixed up. That's where we get in the past, I've been told, like, I've got my feelings mixed up. And although I knew we was in a relationship, when the person's kept it real and said, but we're not even together though, like, it was like a reality check. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful. And I even though I said give 100%, it's a case-by-case situation. Yeah, big facts. Yeah, Kenya, I agree. Ashwa, I understand what you're saying, but I find that a lot of people in the Caribbean don't date. The majority of people I know go on dates and then in order automatically. Yeah, I found that, because the thing with me, I was born and raised in the UK. Do you know what's so crazy? Dating in the UK is so easy. When I mean easy, we don't get where are you, who you with, what time you coming home, what are you doing, I'm coming. None of that in the UK, The moment I reached the Caribbean, again to my relationship, it was like, I felt listen, you feel strangled, you feel backed up in a corner. It's weird, it's different. And I think it's culture, because I know that's just how it is. They own you somewhat. You own them, they own you. Both men and women, that's how they behave. And I don't think at any point in your dating or relationship, no one should have ownership of anyone. And it's kind of a sign of insecurity when you feel like you have to own and ask about. If you don't trust the person, then don't be with them. And most likely you don't trust yourself. So stop blaming others because you don't trust yourself. Sherry, what do you agree with? Okay, Kenya, I kind of disagree because I feel like big weddings can be materialistic and it's not for everyone. I feel like I'd rather use that money on a honeymoon with my husband and not to please the crowd. You see what I'm saying there? I hear what you're saying, but when I say a big wedding, there's weddings like where people's attending a wedding that they don't even know. I mean, your close family and friends. When I say wedding, not no big wedding with your close family and friends. I have a big family, so when that day comes, my wedding is going to be big. If you got a small family, your friends is a tight-knit family, then yeah, the people that mean the most to you, the people that mean the most of you to you should be at that wedding. But I hear what you're saying. Me personally, there's not as much, for me, I would think there's not as much value behind a wedding with just you and your husband, you and your wife. That's how I feel. I mean, when that day comes, I know me, I'm probably going to be on the stage crying, reading out my vows and crying my eyes out. That would be awesome. You want someone to talk about how you met, how they know you. You just want to have that experience to look back on. Like, what are you going to do when you just go up to Vegas or whatever to look back on? Like, that's how I feel. Again, there's no wrong, there's no right. Jan says, my past marriage, we got married because we was both young and the pressure of the family talking about fornication. Sounds like you're coming from a Christian background. And when you're young,